Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of fun K-pop madness, whatever you want to call it. We are back with another coffee break episode for you guys. So if you haven't been following our coffee break series, it's just a short diversion from our regular Learn and React episodes. Instead, we get to have fun K-pop conversations with our friends about different types of topics and things that you all might find interesting. And they're little tiny bite-sized episodes. So it's literally a coffee break. So it's the coffee part of our podcast finally coming to light. Before we do get started, though, if you aren't following us on all of our socials, please do that so you can keep up to date with this series as well as our return to our regular content. You can follow us here on YouTube. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just look for Patmer Podcast and look for our wonderful faces as well as our pink logo, as always. So now that we've got that madness out of the way, we can go ahead and introduce this week's guests. We have some new friends with us today. Brandi and Tyler.
Hello.
Hello.
Do y'all want to introduce yourselves to the pod fam?
Sure. I guess I'll go first. I'm Brandi. Longtime friends of Summer. Very long time friends. And through Summer, I met Patty, and we become very good friends as well. And then this is Tyler, my fiance.
Yes.
As you can tell, I'll probably do most of the talking.
Yes.
No words other than yes, Tyler?
No.
I was half expecting you to say C.
I could have, but I didn't want to be a smartass.
It's all acceptable here on our channel. We do not discriminate.
At all.
Yeah.
So guys, how did you guys get into K-pop? How did that start?
For me, it was your fault. you got Summer into it, and then she came home for like a break from college and was like, oh my God, look at this new music that my roommate showed me, and got me hooked. And then
As far as me, I kind of got into it right around the same time that everyone kind of got into it with Gangnam Style, I'm sad to say. But that kind of turned me in, got me into Big Bang and, Hyuna, and it slowly evolved. So I kind of knew what K-pop was when I met her. But yeah, if it wasn't for Patty, infecting Summer with K-pop, craze, and then infecting this one, yeah, I probably wouldn't be as much as a K-pop fan as I am now.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad I kind of got that going for you guys then. Indirectly.
Look at you. Look at you, Patty. One
Also
fan and you spawned all of us.
I spawned a decent amount of people.
Indirectly spawned my soon-to-be mother-in-law too.
Wow.
Got 7 mother-in-law.
So with that introduction, I kind of want to bring up the topic that we're going to discuss today, a couple's perspective as K-pop fans. Ooh. I mean, because let's be real, there's not many couples out there that can both say with full confidence that they're fans,
Not really. And
it's
to
not
be honest,
common.
It's really not. And it's not common, especially where we're from in the Hill Country.
Being in the Hill Country, there's not very many K-pop fans around here, except for middle schoolers. And even then, it's pretty rare to see someone in a K-pop, merchandise or anything like that. Usually, if it is, it's BTS, or I have seen an EXO.
One
XOL at the high school, but it's pretty rare around here.
Well, and just in case people don't know, do y'all want to tell people where Hill Country is? Because I feel like if you're not from the greater Texas area, you might be unfamiliar with that. Where are y'all?
We're about 45 minutes from Austin, so we're in the hillier part of Central Texas.
The pretty part.
That's true.
Who's that in the background?
That would be our dog.
Hi.
Oh, Dixie girl.
She's like, I like K-pop too.
So you'll probably see her popping in and out.
She's so cute.
So how does it feel to share the passion that you have for like K-pop? Because like for me personally, like I love K-pop, but my boyfriend doesn't. And to him, it's not that it's like funny, but like he teases me about it, and it's not the same. So since you guys, I feel the same about it. How does that feel?
I mean, it's nice to actually like have somebody that will support it. Because like when I first met him and we actually first started dating, it was right when GOT7 announced their Fly tour. And he actually kind of made fun of me a little bit for like on the computer, like refreshing the page for tickets. But I think the more that you like get around me, the more you're kind of just grown to accept it.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun at first. Definitely getting into a newer genre of music that I hadn't really explored that much. She kind of helped me out with that. And, of course, it started with like the GOT7 because she was showing me who she was going to get to go see. And, me being just a major metalhead, it definitely kind of opened my eyes toward, like I said, a different genre. But it is difficult sometimes watching newer videos, especially some that are more fan service videos, and having her drool on the couch over whoever's at or currently on the TV. So, I mean, it's always interesting. It's definitely interesting to being in a couple with someone who, likes the same kind of music that you do.
Do you guys take turns drooling?
That's exactly what I was going to ask. I was like, maybe you drool too. I mean, there's girl groups.
No, because, like I might watch the, newer, Twice or Red Velvet or even Blackpink. And, we'll usually watch those videos together, but I'm not sitting there like, oh my God, look at Suyu's abs or anything like that. Because I just feel a little because, I don't know. I just think that's a little, it's a bit more acceptable for a girl to drool over Chanyeol's abs than it is for a 30-year-old fat bearded guy to be like, oh my God, so
he has been watching the new Lisa dance practice, like the Money dance practice video. Like he's been watching that quite a bit.
The song is a bop. Okay, so don't even.
I feel like you're gonna become like a fan favorite, Tyler. I can see it already.
Let's hope.
They're gonna be like, bring back the bearded man. Yeah, they're gonna be like, bring us the beard.
No, they're gonna be more than the dog.
For real though.
So do you guys like any groups together, or is it more of a dynamic of like Brandi has her boys that she drools over and Tyler has the girls that he secretly drools over?
I mean, like I like Twice. Like I'll listen to Twice with him a lot. I'm still really bad at the names, and he makes fun of me for it because he's like, well, I know the names of some of the boy groups, and I'm like, oh really? And then I put on a 17 video and he can't name one
because there's like 100 of them. But
I mean, like he'll listen to EXO with me. He likes EXO.
Well, yeah, I like EXO. I like GOT7. I still like BTS. Even their newer stuff, I still like BTS. Super Junior. I'll watch. I mean, I like a lot of the same groups that she does. It's just I've been listening to a lot more of the baby groups that have been coming out,
and I can't bring myself to watch them
like aespa and maybe some of the other smaller boy groups. So I mean I will listen to groups that she may not, but most of it, if we're listening to K-pop in the car, yeah, it's someone that we both know or both like.
I just have to say I love that you called them smaller boy groups, because for people that don't know, y'all are both quite tall individuals.
Yeah.
I like that you didn't call them like younger boy groups. They're quite literally like the small boy groups.
I mean, most of them are fairly short compared to both.
That, or I should have said lesser known. Yeah.
To be fair, if they're like a rookie, they're probably a teenager. They probably have not hit their full growth spurt yet, especially if they're a guy.
Yeah.
Guys don't stop growing until like late teens.
Yeah.
So if you're like 14, 15 and you're debuting, you're probably a little itty bitty, and then you'll be a tree in a couple years.
Isn't it weird to see them grow?
We can only hope that for like Woozy.
See, he knows somebody from 17.
There you go.
There you go.
That's the only one he does. That's the only one he can point out in videos.
Because he's a foot shorter than everybody else.
So does that mean you guys like? I don't know if you have, but would you go to like a concert together?
Obviously.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Like
Who would you go? Who would you go see? If you could just like pick anyone to see together, who would y'all pick like together as a couple?
Together? I mean,
Yeah.
He's already said he would take me to like a Monster X or EXO concert, though he would have to hold me back to not rush the stage.
Yes, I mean I would definitely go to any K-pop concert as long as I kind of know the material. If it's someone like Ravi, who I wasn't really into a lot of his solo stuff, yeah, I went to an I Prevail concert instead. So yeah, I would definitely go to a K-pop concert with her, but that's mostly just because one, I do like the music, and two, it'll get her to go to a metal show. So
Compromise.
Compromise.
So there's not one group we can both say like, oh yeah, we both like just love them.
Oh, I mean EXO, Super Junior, Big Bang. I mean, there's multiple groups that we both really, really enjoy.
Okay.
I like them a little bit more because I can fangirl.
You like them differently, I think, too.
Yes.
I like
He likes the music. I like.
Well, I mean, I can agree. I mean, I can admit, as a heterosexual male, that there are some boys that are really, really good. I mean, they're no Ryan Reynolds, but I can say that there are a few that are really good looking, like Lay from EXO, or even
Lay.
or even Mark from GOT7. I can say that they are good looking. C1 from Super Junior for C1 fans on the screen. So
yes.
And there are good-looking men, but yes, there's a difference between me going to a male K-pop concert. I'm going there for the music, not really to, oh my
See
god,
the idols.
it's Zoom in,
like not to fangirl over them as much.
Yeah, not as much. I mean, I'll still fangirl a little bit, but
Does it make a difference, Tyler, in like those what is it, the subgenre that the music is, or do you feel that way like across the board?
I mean, there's some subgenres that I'll enjoy, and even different kinds of I guess you would just call it Asian pop, like Chinese or even Japanese pop. There are different subgenres and stuff that I will listen to. It just really, if the music sounds good and it's not heavily auto-tuned like today's modern pop music here in the US, yeah, I'll give it a shot. I mean, in some places, especially with some labels, they definitely put more effort, in my opinion, than some of the people here in the United States.
I think that's super true.
I agree with that.
I think that's kind of how we all like got stuck in the K-pop world too. Is we're like, this is so refreshing and nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're just like, clearly we're all thirsty because we're still here. But
I mean, there's some groups that, I've kind of like stopped listening to as much because they've strayed from like their original stuff, like their like beginning sounds. Like they've kind of strayed from that. So I was like, I know I stopped listening to BTS. I will admit I stopped listening to them after
Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Blood, Sweat, and Tears. That was probably the last album that I actually fully listened to.
Oh, so that's interesting.
See, I watched.
So you stopped listening, but Tyler didn't stop listening to that group.
No, like I'll pretty much anytime they come out with a new song, I'll watch it. I'll see if it's a good video. I do, I will admit that I think that V and Jungkook are too talented to keep using autotune like they have been, but that's just my personal opinion. Some people really like autotune. I don't really like music genres that focus heavily on autotune. So, I mean, it's not for everybody, but I mean, I can definitely see why people like it, and I'll listen to newer stuff. So yeah, I haven't really stopped listening to them.
Hey,
so do you guys like? I was gonna say, do you guys like watch music videos together then? If it's for one of the groups that you guys like, do you watch them separately and then be like, okay, it's time to eat breakfast, let's discuss? Are you like, it's time to eat breakfast, you grab the cereal, I'll get the YouTube going?
There's been a couple of times where I'll start a video, especially if it's one that as soon as it starts, I can see, oh, this is a fan service video. So I'm going to pause it here, and then I'll have Brandi watch it when she gets off from work. So then we'll watch it together.
When the newest episode.
Aw, that's cute.
Like we had to watch that one together.
Yeah. When the new EXO video came out, the one that Lay came back, we definitely made sure to watch it together because that was a big moment for two EXO-Ls that have missed Lay over the past 3 years.
Yeah. So as a couple, K-pop is very important to you guys. I just wanted to see what you guys think about the fact that, we are free to date whoever we want, right? But idols aren't. And I know that being a couple and being in K-pop, it's like super cool, right? Like that you guys share this passion. But how do you guys feel about the fact that like you guys are free to share this with each other, but they in a way aren't necessarily able to do it as openly? Just dating, like how they can't really date.
For me, I think it's kind of because I know like some of it's like label based, and I can understand why they would want their artists to focus more on like their work, which I totally get, because sometimes dating can completely throw off like all work ethic and all that, because I experienced that in the past. But like as far as like fans like shunning other idols or like shunning their idols and like boycotting the groups and all that, like with Sungmin when he got married, and like how they all like all the elves were just like, no, done.
Yeah.
Like I think that's ridiculous. Like if you really like a person and you're a fan of their work, like wouldn't you want them to be happy? I think that's kind of silly how over the top some fans can get.
Yeah.
But that's just me. I mean, what do you think?
And it's not just with K-pop either. There's a lot of genres where people don't like band members dating each other. But yeah, with K-pop, it's definitely more exuberant than other genres. And I've noticed that, when was it Heechul and Momo started dating, and
they broke up.
Yeah, I know they broke up, but people started kind of going crazy the fact that they were dating, and Heechul's obviously a tiny bit older than Momo, but people were going crazy over that. Or I know that especially with some K-pop groups, there are certain fans that really think that they have a chance. I'm not I'm not one to sit here and like, oh yeah, I probably have a chance with Wendy from Red Velvet or anything like that, but there are some fans that whenever their favorite idol, when they're biased or
like they feel
they feel betrayed whenever they start actually dating, and especially when it's with another K-pop star, it's like even worse for some people. So I get it, but I also think that it is a little ridiculous sometimes, especially whenever it's label controlled, whenever the labels really have a say over who they can date, how long they can date, if it's going to be public or not. And I don't know. It can get ridiculous, but I know they do things differently over there.
Yeah. I don't know. This just reminds me of Hyuna and Dawn, how they are very open with their relationship now. And they had to do so much to be able to be open. They both quit their agency. So it's kind of crazy how they had to do that to be able to show their love. So
but
sad.
like even when I know when Chen announced that he was having a baby with non-idol, and they were getting married and everything, I know there's some EXO-Ls that like completely lost their minds, and it's like, you don't own him. Chill. He's happy. Let him be happy. He's a human being. He makes music, but you don't see people. I mean, you just see some people in American like music going crazy if like a pop star or like a rock star starts dating somebody, but it's not, I don't think it's near as bad as it is with like Korean music.
Well, and I thought it was kind of funny that you mentioned Chen, because like I remember reading comments on posts where people were like dragging him through the mud and were like, how could he do this? And I was like, gasp, how could he get married and have a child with the woman he's been dating since before he was an idol? Like gasp. He's only been with her for like 8 years or something like that. Like it was a long time. Like 6, 7, 8, 9 years. I was like, oh my gosh, gasp. Shock.
And then
but like people were so angry.
And there's people like some men that still get mad that he's married. Like, he's been married for what? I don't even know how many years, but it's just like...
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Because there's still
a long time.
Yeah. Because I know there's some fans that are like, well, we wanted to know, why did he lie to us? I'm like, because if he would have said the truth, you would have been mad anyway. So...
Well, and it's not even like he lied.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Like he really kept like his personal life to himself, which I feel like
he doesn't have to. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if they want to share it, it's great. If they don't, that's great too.
It's their personal life. Like, I feel like people don't realize that what they show, it's a certain image. It's an image, and they have their lives apart, but people get passionate but yeah.
Passionate is a word for it.
It's a word. I'm like,
there are other words, but they're not as nice. So we'll go with that. My dog is currently down.
So I do have a random question to ask you guys, but it is K-pop related.
Okay.
So you know how sometimes people get like couple tattoos?
Mm-hmm.
So I know, Brandi, you have a K-pop tattoo. So 2-part question. Tyler, would you consider getting a K-pop tattoo? And would y'all consider getting a couple tattoo that was K-pop themed? Or is this too much?
I mean, it would really depend on the logo or the band itself. I mean, the one that Brandi got, the flower from EXO, that's a really good tattoo. I mean, if you don't know what it is, it just looks like a pretty flower. Yeah. So, I mean, if it was something subtle like that, then yeah, probably. I'm not crazy like my mom who has 7 tattoos. But, I would definitely, I don't know. It could be double digits now, but I would definitely consider getting a K-pop tattoo. And as far as like doing a couple themed K-pop tattoo, we've never really talked about it.
Well, we've talked about doing a couple tattoo in the past, and we've kind of like agreed not to, because like he's gotten a tattoo with his ex that he still has, and he like regrets it every single day. And like, you never know what's gonna happen. Like, I don't see us breaking up ever, but like,
if you were going to get a couple's tattoo, especially if it was K-pop related, make sure it's something that if something ever happens, it's not going to be an embarrassment like the one that I have now. Because it could be just something that, oh yeah, I really like this band, and no one else is going to know that another person has something that's related to that tattoo. So, I mean, couple tattoos are fine as long as it's something that if something ever happens, you're not going to look back at it like, what was I thinking? Because trust me, it's...
Yeah.
He's been trying to cover it up for 5 years now.
I agree with that. My boyfriend and I don't have tattoos, but he does. And we've talked about that. He's like, that we would never get one, like a couple's one. And if it happens, it'd be more on like individualistic, but like not necessarily like same or similar, like just because you never know.
Same like theme, but like different enough to where it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like we've talked more recently about it, and we've like found a couple of different designs that aren't K-pop related that we kind of liked that are similar but different. But I don't know if we would ever do a K-pop one.
I don't know. It just really depends.
It depends on the group. There's
not a whole lot of. I haven't really looked at a lot of K-pop tattoos, to be honest. I don't really know what would be out there as far as K-pop tattoos. I just saw the EXO
logo and thought it was pretty. So I was like,
you're like, I need that on me.
Well, I mean, like honestly,
can you show us?
I can try. It's like in a really awkward part of my arm.
Oh, nice.
It's like that. So the from Coco Pop, the Bird of Paradise as the logo. And normally I just get, oh, that's a really pretty flower. What is it? And I was like, oh, just a bird of paradise.
So I've always thought about, if I was to get a K-pop tattoo, it would probably be the, I can't remember the album name. I'm gonna get hate for that, but the from one of the early albums from EXO, the
Mosquito Coil.
Yeah, the Mosquito Coil. I just can't remember.
Oh, Overdose.
Yeah, but I mean, it just looks like a horror or a, just a maze in a.
And if you think about it, it in a way could be a couple's because they're both EXO.
Yeah, we could make it a couple.
So to be honest, like that was another tattoo that I like always wanted to get. You can ask Summer. I like talked about getting that as a tattoo for like 2
For
or 3
years.
and then I ended up getting this one instead. So I like this one better though because it's more colorful. I like colorful tattoos.
So I'm gonna ask one last question. I don't know if Summer has anything to ask after, but just I know that K-pop has affected you guys individually. I know we kind of talked about how you guys go about your day, which is K-pop. You know, if something comes out, you listen or see the video together. But how do you feel like just overall K-pop has affected you guys as a couple? Like, do you guys feel like you've bonded more with that, or what?
I mean, it's something that definitely kind of like we share, and it's a bonding thing, kind of. Because it's like, oh, we get to like spend this time together and like watch these videos, or
It's definitely. I mean, it's got its. It does help because it helps us build because it's something that we can both show passion in, and if one of us gets a notification about a certain band or a group that's coming to our town or our area or just to Texas, it's something that we could probably both look forward to together. And that definitely helps when you're not having to sit there, and wonder, would she want to go to this with me? Or, like when it comes to a lot of the other genres that I listen to, I know
he already knows that I won't go with him.
Yeah, I already know that it's going to be hard to get her into a mosh pit. But I know that if Monsta X comes to town, we're going to be buying a ticket as soon as we can.
Because I mean, I know Summer has been to a couple concerts with me, so she has kind of experienced. I have really bad crowd anxiety, so like, at least having him go to concerts with me, it kind of helps. Like having Summer with me at the Robbie concert helped. I mean, I still kind of hid in the back for that one.
I'm sorry that I'm small and cannot like hold you.
Yeah. Because literally, I've actually had her on my shoulders for a concert. It was a K-pop concert, but I like literally had her on my back for a concert once.
And having suppressed Brandi probably still isn't as violent as the M countdown that Summer went to when she was in Korea.
They were both.
Oh yeah, y'all are both there.
We talked about that on one of our episodes.
But just having him like as like a person that'll go to concerts with me to like kind of help with that crowd anxiety, so I can actually enjoy myself and not freak out. Like that's kind of nice.
That's great. That's sweet.
That is, and I just have to say, I loved Tyler that you mentioned if a group comes to y'all's area or just to Texas in general. I didn't mean to laugh, but I think a lot of people out there don't realize that like Texas is so huge that saying like we're grateful when groups come to Texas is literally like saying like, well, I'm in Europe and I'd just be happy if they came to anywhere in East Europe. Like that's basically
it's like I'll drive 8 hours.
I think it's mostly because Texas is bigger than most of Europe too. So I mean,
and like it's sad though, because the problem is like we're close to Austin, but no groups really come to Austin. They either go to Dallas or Houston. So it's like a 4-hour drive for us either way. So at least we'll have
and Epic High is coming to Austin. I'm just saying.
Well, I like Epic High. I've been trying to get her into Epic High.
I'll listen to it.
She'll listen.
I already got my ticket for Dallas. So I'm just like, go Epic High. This is not. I
missed the day.
We are not. We're just randomly promoting them. This is not affiliated with them. I wish.
Yeah,
but like buy those tickets.
At least whenever K-pop bands come to Dallas, at least we get to come up there and spend time with y'all.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since we've been Patty, but we definitely, we definitely try.
You guys always see me.
It's a bit of a long.
Yeah, it's
been a while.
Soon.
I'm like, y'all come up here and visit us. I feel like an old person saying that. I'm like, you come up here and visit us, you hear? But
all the time though, that's kind of sad.
I mean, we'll be up there for around Thanksgiving, but
it's only for like 2 days,
and we'll have to probably come back up there to celebrate Christmas, probably in like February or something, March probably. But we'll be up there, as soon as we can.
I'm like, go to the Epic High concert with me in Dallas. It's on a Friday. It's on April Fool's Day, actually. It's not a joke.
Okay, that's the start of my busy season, though. So
it honestly just depends on what time the concert is because I have school that day. So it just really depends on what time it is and if I can make it to Dallas in time.
It really sucks when your real life gets in the way of your K-pop life, doesn't it?
Yes.
I had to miss day 6 because of life.
Trigger.
Oh no.
Trigger.
Patty's trigger warning. Trigger.
I had an exam the next day.
Oh no.
So I couldn't go. And that's like my ultimate favorite group of all time. And I couldn't go. So mad. Anyway.
I'm not saying anything.
Well,
They were
I
amazing.
haven't been to a K-pop concert itself. Like I originally bought a ticket for Ravi, but like I said, since I wasn't really into a lot of his solo stuff, when we got to the House of Blues in Dallas and I saw that a band that I like, a couple of bands that I like were playing there at the time, I went ahead and switched over.
He's like, bye,
but
y'all.
I did get to see like the last 30 minutes or so of Got7 whenever I went to go pick her up.
Yeah, he snuck in.
One of the security guards happened to leave one of the doors unlocked and wasn't watching me. So I was able to like kind of go in there and just kind of stand in the back. And that's what really solidified, like the fandom of, watching K-pop and stuff. Like that's when I really started getting into it, like officially, was because I saw the energy that they were, at the concert, the energy of all the crowd and all that. So, I mean, it was definitely, there's very few concerts I've ever been to where you could feel the energy, but K-pop is definitely one of those. And I'm definitely looking forward to another K-pop group coming back to Texas. So, we can actually go together because that would be nice. Yeah.
Honestly, it's very nice to see you guys as a couple and see you guys love K-pop as a couple. That's really rare and it's very beautiful in all honesty. I'll see if I can get my boyfriend a little bit more into K-pop. We'll see. He's hardcore into like punk rock, so he's probably not, but I'm trying. So it's really nice to see you guys do that together. Is there anything else you kind of want to let us know before we wrap it up?
No, I mean, we just really enjoyed being with y'all. Yeah. I'm excited to finally be a part of a Patmore podcast episode. I've been wanting to for so long.
We love both of y'all, and I watched every episode that y'all do.
Yeah, we watch every episode.
Thank you. Aww.
Oh, we gotta support y'all somehow.
Yeah, I got the notifications on Twitter. I get it every time that y'all post
Oh,
I get it. So,
I know.
It's like y'all are living in my pocket, so that's always nice.
I mean, Summer could
She's not that.
We could both probably fit in your pockets, to be honest.
Is that a fat joke or is that a y'all small joke? I can't tell.
That's a weird small joke.
Oh goodness.
Well, we definitely loved having you guys on the show with us. We've been greatly looking forward to it, and we were happy that this coffee break series gave us the chance to be able to talk with so many of our friends, y'all included. So thank you for joining us, and we'll make sure to include all of y'all's socials in the description of the video. So everyone watching, y'all make sure to follow Brandi and Tyler. Check them out. They're both awesome and hilarious, wonderful K-pop, beautiful people. So make sure you go follow them, check them out, and give us some good comments or hashtags. We'll start bringing people back. It'll be great. But until next time, we'll see y'all later. Bye.